All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome in to an emergency pod. The Cowboys have done some big stuff now. We did a little ho-hum this morning. We're doing big things today. Cowboys trading for New York Jets defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. And you are here with us on a DLS Cowboys podcast, emergency pod, to talk about all that and get all of the deets. I say hello to Ali Jawad. I say hello to Clarence Hill. Now, which one of you guys has my technical compensation? Who's got the numbers for me? Who's got what we're doing here?
I got the numbers. So basically, the Cowboys are trading for Quinnen Williams, a Pro Bowler, a young Pro Bowler. They're giving up a 2026 second rounder, plus the better of the 2027 first rounders. Okay, Cowboys have two first rounders in 2027 to give them the better of the 2027 first rounders, and Mozzie Smith.
Oh no,
Mozzie's gone.
There it is.
Mozzie Smith. For Quinnen Williams. So you wanted Mozzie Smith gone. He's out of here. And the Cowboys are also giving up a second-round pick in 2026 and a first-round pick in 2027. Jeff, what they say about them picks? F them picks.
No, I mean, I still got two first-rounders this year, Clarence. I'm still having a draft party. I'm still gonna whip your bottom with draft talk all of the time. But this one's super fun. I don't think it's probably not the most encouraging thing that your big trade that you had already made leading into this season was for a defensive tackle to save you, and then you had to go give up a first-round pick and a second-round pick to find a defensive tackle to save you. But Quinnen Williams is a monster. I love this. That's a lot. But as long as you're not a terrible team next year, it shouldn't be too high of a draft pick, and a 1 and a 2 with the way that they've been drafting lately, to just know what you have, and what you have is going to be an absolute monster in the middle of this defense for this year and the next 2, at least contractually at this point. I'm cooking. I'm having a time. Now I'm going to go draft about 6 other defensive players and see what we can do, Ali.
Yeah, absolutely. And, just to kind of point out the stuff he brings to the table. I mean, 141 career pressures and 40 sacks. He has a PFF run grade of 90.8. So you're getting a little bit of everything that you want, from one player. And also think of the impact that he can at least have on guys around him as well. We've talked about younger defensive players too, like Donovan Izaraku, who's finding some rhythm in the last couple of weeks. And that's what really makes this trade a big one for the Cowboys. But, hey, fans wanted a big trade, a blockbuster move. Here it is. And I think also, think about it too, like you didn't have to give up your first-round picks for 26. So you still get to make those 2 picks in the first round for the 26 draft. I think that's a big positive right there as well.
All this is great positives. Just think how good this would be, the 2 moves they made today so far, if they'd have won one of the last 2 games. One of the last 2 games. If you show up one of the last 2 games, how good would this be? And one other thing, since I got to be negative, like, Jesse's not here, so he always has to rain on our parade sometimes. You paid Oso Odigizua, right?
Yep.
Can you keep him at Oso? I mean, he's really a 3 technique. Quinn is a 3 technique, right, Jeff? He's not he's more of a 3 technique.
I would say this. You can call him a 3 technique, and I agree that technically that's accurate. But Quinnen Williams is a stronger run player than Osa or Kenny Clark, and I don't think it's that close. Right. Like Quinnen Williams, I think Kenny Clark and Osa are in some ways kind of redundant in that they're similar. I think Kenny Clark is probably a better square up, take on a blocker guy, and he's like a little bigger version of Osa. But now you got like another bigger version, but one that is just still a tank. Like, yeah, I don't want him to be the guy who's fighting double teams all the time, but you also probably don't get that choice because offensive lines are going to know that's the best dude you got. I think we do technically have nothing but 3 technique defensive tackles, but by God, if Quinnen Williams is one of them, we're going to make it work. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, and this was always a problem. I mean, Quinnen Williams being on the trade block was always a possibility. I know Jerry actually initially inquired him, when during the Michael situation. Just think if you still had Michael and you traded for Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson, how much better off you would be for this.
I think it's messed up you bring that up right now, but I think if you had Quinnen Williams and Micah Parsons on the defense,
Oh my God.
that is something totally different. And defenses are in deep doo-doo, but sometimes your general manager gets mad at a guy and lets his money gets mad and does stupid stuff, and then you got to scramble to try to cover it up and get fans excited again. But it don't take much to get me excited for Quinnen Williams. I love it. And look, can Quinnen – we've always been talking about it. It's not like you're one player away. Nobody can fix this defense. Can Quinnen Williams fix this defense? My answer, nope. But can Quinnen Williams in the next 2.5 years have a gigantic impact? And if you do draft and you do add some pieces, now could you be cooking with something in the Dak window? I was damn near ready to write off the Dak window with the way this team has been playing. And sometimes if you want to jolt something, you've got to be the team that goes and adds the monster. And to see the Cowboys do it, it's a lot to give up. But I love it. I like the swing.
You're talking about 2.5. You're talking about 2.5 years. No, we're talking about 2027. Okay, this needs to hit in 2027, not 2.5 years. Okay, this needs to hit 2027.
What needs to hit?
Quinnen, right?
This whole thing needs to hit in 2027. So this is, let's you're
it needs
talking
to hit 2026 too.
I mean 2026. My bad. My years are bad. 2026 is when this needs to hit. My bad. My years are all messed up. I don't know what year this is. 2025 feels like it's 1996. They all run together for me right now. But 2026, this needs to hit with Dak, with CD. In the second year of their deals, maybe you keep. I don't know how this impacts your ability to keep Pickens because Quinnen's already signed an extension because he costs money, and then you got these deals for these other guys. But yeah, this needs to hit 2026.
Yeah, and we'll see what it means for other guys. I mean, I know they should and can keep George Pickens. If I had to guess, they'll say that pie and they can't But I think for Jerry Jones, who said it, was it today or yesterday, where he said, at my age, like at his age,
yeah,
I think he's insane if he doesn't do what the aggressive teams do. Pay George Pickens. That money doesn't hit the day you pay him. It doesn't hit the first year you pay him. It doesn't hit the second year you pay him. You pay George Pickens and you say, okay, what else do I have to trade away to surround Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Quinnen Williams? Like, I've got core. I've got the core to something awesome. And then you're getting, okay, as Araku year 2, I need to add more. I need to hit on picks. You can't, if their idea is to bring in Quinnen Williams and then not bring back George Pickens, you're hustling sideways. And hustling sideways is not going to be good enough for this thing to win anything. So hopefully this means that what they're doing is they're adopting a rare for the Cowboys aggressive stance and how they're going to build their team. And if you get lucky this year and they win in 2 weeks and then somehow you win 1 or 2 of those next 3 when you're running the gauntlet, like if this ends up being a playoff team this year at 8-8-1 or 9-7-1 or whatever, that's awesome. But I do think this is way more for 2026, 2027, when we get to try to surround this thing with other pieces and just go whoop every. This might get Kenny Clark cut. That's where you save $20 million, by the way.
I was about to bring that up. First of all, I think it does put more pressure that you hit on these draft picks with what you have remaining because, again, with the amount of money that you could be investing here, you want to have quality young talent and good value. But I was about to say, too, as well, Kenny Clark, that's 21.5 off the books. We brought that up before. And Quinnen Williams, his next 2 years of cap numbers are 21.7 in 26 and then 25.5 in 27. That's when his contract would come to an end. But then also we talk about, Kenny Clark, because you're not keeping 3D tackles on high-priced contracts. Like, am I wrong? Because you got Osu signed as well.
Let's just go back to the original. If somebody would have told you before this, you trade Micah and you get Quinnen Williams and a first-round pick.
That would have been a better trade, obviously. Yeah.
Because basically you basically traded Micah for 2 first round. Quinnen Williams is one of the, I mean, it's part of the Micah trade now because you gave up one to pick, right? So this is part of the Micah trade. You know,
sure.
So,
Yeah.
You know, so I don't have a problem with that.
And so now, if you want to, honestly, you could play all 3 of these defensive tackles together.
Well, it's a rotation. Okay, you got to have rotation.
Yeah. You rotate, but I mean, you can also put them all on the field together. There are plenty of scenarios in the game where you're not going to be mad at your team for having a 290-pounder and a couple of 300-pounders out there, as opposed to insert the name of whatever defensive end would be in there. There's plenty of game scenarios where all of them can play together. But we're doing it. Jerry did it. He did it. Hold on. I got a guy in a super chat. Here. He said, let me see. I got a couple of them. Number 1. Where did he go? I had it. 85% hopium until they get 2 more impact defensive players from Zach Allgood. Yeah, you're going to need some more. But at least it starts somewhere. Apologize to Grandpa, and we have an extra first-round pick. You were wrong. And Micah team lost. I don't know what that means. Micah's still on the Packers, and the Packers are still really good, and we still don't have an edge rusher that's worth anything.
Impactful.
But we're happy to have Quinnen. We're happy to have Quinnen Williams, and we're happy that they took a big swing. I appreciate Jerry for taking a big swing. CC Black is in the super chat. He said 2 firsts for Crosby. Sure, keep trading for players.
No, let's go get
good lately anyway.
Not go get Minka before.
Complete the cycle. D-line, linebacker, and I'll get a DB.
Yeah, add to all of it. And then let's go. Let's go have us a nice draft, Clarence, which we're going to talk about a lot. A couple of first-round picks still in 2026. We didn't give those up. I wish they had one more win at this point. If they had one more win at this point.
One more. One of the last 2 weeks of the Carolina game, you get one more win at this point, man.
All right, Quinnen, you're just going to have to save us. But the trade is second-round pick in the 2026 draft, the better of the 2 first-round picks in the 2027 draft, and Mozzie Smith for Quinnen Williams. So that's a slight upgrade on who's going to be active on game day. And, hopefully Mozzie can get something going in New York. But the Cowboys got Quinnen.
Hey, think about stopping the tush push. You got Osa. You got Kenny Clark. You got Quinnen Williams. You said you put them on the same time. You just said put them out there at the same time.
Clarence.
Stop that tush push.
Clarence, the league is going to stop the tush push.
That's what I'm about to say. The refs.
I'm talking about when the Cowboys face the Eagles at home in a couple of weeks. Right after the Raiders game, they got the Eagles, and you're going to have a tush push, and you're going to have a healthy Quinnen Williams, a healthy Quentin Clark, a healthy Osa right in the middle of that line.
Well, thank you, Jerry, for adding a really good defensive player to the team after you took the only really good one away before the season started. We appreciate you getting us one back, and I think now is a good time for Jerry's.
I want me some glory hole.
And I do too. So let's go get it. Clarence, Ali, have a great day. Cowboy fans, enjoy something positive today, baby. Quinnen
You're happy. You're happy. You weren't happy this morning, Joe. I'm just trying to tell you. I see the smile. I see the energy that you have. I'm telling you.
That tells you the surface means nothing. This morning, I was actually happier. Today, I'm kind of drained and want to take a nap. But Quinnen Williams is a Cowboy, and that is good. Everybody, have a party. Do all the good stuff. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. Be cool to everybody. Join us tomorrow on the DLS Cowboys podcast. You can find it wherever you listen to podcasts as well. Just look up DLLS Cowboys, and youtube.com/DLS_sports is where you'll hear us. Go team, go. We love you. Cowboys got Quinnen.
Or later on when we get Minka.
We all silly like the mayor.